Hi, marketing students. This is Dr. Giese, and I'm here to talk about the BCG matrix, one of my favorite items or concepts to talk about. And today we're going to talk about Sony Music Entertainment. I know many of you guys enjoy Sony and everything that they offer. And they're also a multinational corporation and they have different business units. So I thought I'd use them as a segue for you to look at Apple in the same way going further. So the first item is a question mark. The definition of a question mark is when a company puts in a new product with very low market share, but it has big market opportunities. I think we would both agree with Apple iPhones and Samsung that there's a huge market in cell phones. There's several other companies, but Sony felt that it was important to bring a smartphone. And the reason for that and how it's related to the music industry is that most people are streaming their music and they're streaming it on their phones and listening on their phones. And so this is the one way that people are distributing music going forward. And so we can look at the next item, the dog. And the important thing to talk about the dog is that this market is eventually going away, is the compact disc. Sony Digital Audio Disc Corporation manufactures compact discs as well as DVDs. But how many of us are really using compact disc in our vehicles or listening devices? We would all probably agree that most of our music is digital. So you can see that the potential is very low and eventually they will phase this part of their business out. So let's go to the two on the left-hand side. And if you look at here, the cash cow is what most companies should try and generate as many cash cows. And we're just going to talk briefly about Sony ATV Music Publishing. I'm not sure if you knew this, but Sony manages over 4 million musical compositions by superstars from the Beatles to Michael Jackson to Beyonce. And so they actually publish the music so that they can sell it to other newly awarded singers. In fact, Taylor Swift started with Sony writing music. And this is their cash cow because this is where they generate a lot of their cash. They have very low advertising needed because it's such a great business for them. So what's the difference between a cash cow and a star? A lot of people get this confused and a lot of people think that the star is more important, but really it's the cash cow. And the difference is with a star, if you look at Sony Music Entertainment as a subsidiary, the difference is that Sony Music Entertainment is a record label and they own Columbia Records, RCA Records, Epic Records, and they actually produce the music that gets sold as albums, individual CDs, or individual songs. And the reason why it's not a cash cow is because every new album or new song that comes out has a very high potential, but it may be a flop. We've all seen different bands or individual singers where they come out with one or two great albums and their third or fourth might be lousy. And so that's why they would be a star. And in this stage, most companies spend a lot of money to advertise and promote the label so that it can possibly become a cash cow. So this is just a quick video on Sony's entertainment regarding the music industry. And next, I'll challenge you to tell me how Apple uses their subsidiaries as question mark stars, cash cows, and dogs in your understanding of the BCG matrix. I appreciate your time. I'm glad I was able to check in, and I'll talk to you guys soon.